One of the worst things that could ever happen to you is being found guilty and sent to prison for a crime that you did not commit. And worst of it all is if the people involved in sending you to this hell are members of your own family. Such was the case for this Kenyan man by the name of Daniel Wayenki Gachoka, who in 2007 was accused of defiling his 7-year-old daughter. He was arrested, tried in court, found guilty, and sentenced to 20 years in prison. And while he was in prison, he kept insisting on his innocence, fighting so hard to get this case looked into again because he swore that he did not do such a thing. And it kind of worked for him, except it worked for the worse, because when the case was reviewed again, people saw that 20 years was actually too small, and his sentencing was increased from 20 years to life imprisonment. If he had known, he would have just kept quiet and dealt with the 20 years rather than try to push the case again, which finally, unfortunately, got him a longer sentencing, life imprisonment. Daniel Wayenki had lost all hope. At this point, there was nothing he could do. When a case like this is put before a court or before the court of public opinion, and your daughter, a 7-year-old, is involved, and the people assisting in being witnesses to this crime are also members of your family, her grandmother, her uncle, siblings, most likely even his wife, although she was not mentioned, there is no way a court is going to listen to this case and find him not guilty. There is no way. And that was how he knew the odds were against him, because not just his 7-year-old daughter, family members also rallied to send this man to prison. Which was the case. Did he actually do this to this little girl? Or were they lying on him? And if they were, what was the reason? Daniel Wayenki gave up fighting. He just knew that he was going to die in prison for the most part. There was no hope for him. No chance for him. I guess he knew if he wants to fight this case again, they may look at it and probably give him a death sentence. So he took his L and began serving his sentencing with all faith up until the year 2020, when his daughter, who was now 24, finally came out with the truth to tell the court that she lied, claiming that she was forced to lie 17 years ago by her grandmother, her uncle, and other members of the family who pressured her to say and accuse her father of defiling her. At the time, she didn't understand it because she was just 7. They may have even brainwashed her to believe that that was the case. But the more she grew up and the more she thought of it, the more she remembered that that didn't happen. And the picture became clear in her head. Voices that whispered in her ears to tell these lies against her own father started playing all over again. And she finally understood the biggest picture of this scenario. She realized that she was a pawn used to play a game of chess. Because at the age of 7, she didn't know any better. If all the grandma, uncles, and family members had whispered in her ear that your dad did this to you, there is no way for her to know what she was doing, other than to admit that that was the case. Even though it took 17 whole years for her to realize this, she realized it nonetheless and eventually told the court that she lied, because she now understood that the reason why they made her do that was because there was a family land dispute between the father and other members of the family, and the land was worth 50 million Kenyan shillings. And the only person who stood between the family members and that land was Daniel Wayenki. The only way they could get him out was to murder him or send him to prison. They wanted to own the land and sell the land without his consent. After her confession in 2020, the court decided to look into the case again. His conviction was overturned, and 4 years later, after the confession in 2024, he was released. I don't know why it took that long after such a confession. He had to spend 4 more years after the daughter said it was a lie. Now that's torture. However, despite him being released and gaining his freedom after spending 17 years in prison, the court still say that they're going to look into this case again, that the case has to be taken to court to be judged again. A fresh trial with all the new information coming up. There are still people saying that there is a chance the girl was actually defiled, but probably seeing how the family is moving and how they are probably not treating her the best, she decides to want to lie so that her dad can come back. So there are still people not sure of whether she's telling the truth that she lied, or whether she's doing this just so she could torture the family members, because why did it take 17 years? But for the most part, as long as the little girl has come out to say that she lied, then there is a high chance that she did. There is a high chance that everyone around her made her the pawn to send this man to prison because of the land. That is a viable motive. But this is such a painful thing for Daniel, who did not just have any hand in this and had suffered for something he did not do. A lot of people are saying that he should be thankful that the truth eventually came out. That many people are in prison for crimes they did not commit, being accused falsely, and the truth never comes out, and they all die in prison. Not many people get to get a second chance. Not many people get to have the actual doers of the crime come out to say, all right, release him, it was me who did it. Once you're found guilty of a crime, whether or not you did it for real, it doesn't matter. As long as the evidence provided worked against you, there is a high chance of you suffering for that crime. And I think there are so many people in prison like this. And so people are saying Daniel should be grateful for a second chance in life. But what will he do now? What will now happen to the uncle, to the auntie, to the grandmother if she's still alive? What would be their fate, knowing now that this girl is coming out with this confession? If they did lie or orchestrate this lie against him, then they have to suffer. Something that they got to suffer. They got to go to prison too. Will Daniel chase that line, or will he just move on with his life? It's a painful thing. 17 whole years of your life gone for something you did not commit by people who are supposed to be family. Personally, if I was Daniel, I'm just going to move on. I'm not going to even talk to the daughter. I will tell her thank you for being truthful, but I don't, thank you, just be gone. Thank you, just go. I don't want to be in your life. I don't want you to be in my life. The fact that I don't care whether you're a child at the time, you were the weapon fashioned against me that prospered. I appreciate you having a second thought in changing your mind all these years later, but I don't want to be no part of you. I'll meet the family. You guys sold the land, right? Give me part of my money if it's there, or give me something. I want to start a new life with a new part. Every other person should just go. Whether they go to prison, they should just go. God will punish them, because you have lost 17 years of your life you can't get back. So the remaining part of your life, you don't want to spend it fighting for the life you lost and for the people who made you lose it. Go live your life. Go get a job. Go start a life. Go meet new people. Go find new love. Go have sex. Go play games, go swimming, just go have a good time, because there is no much time left again. It's really sad. But you guys let me know what you think Daniel Wanyenki should do, or what would you do assumably this was you in this situation? If you're the one after 17 years, are you going to spend the rest of your life fighting those people who accused you falsely? Or are you going to move on to a new life, to a new path? What would you do if you were in the shoes of Daniel Wanyenki? Let me know in the comment section.